Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at State Farm Bank and their credit cards. That's right, everyone's favorite insurance salesman, insurance agent actually has a few credit cards. So we're going to talk a little bit more about State Farm as a bank. We're going to talk about the credit cards, of course, and then we're going to do a lot of use cases on the other side. Now, stay tuned to the end for that, because even if you don't have State Farm insurance, there could definitely be some use cases for you. Basically, if you pay any type of insurance, home, auto, something like that, these could be of interest. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button. Let's get to work. Now, first things first, like I said, we all know State Farm as the insurance company. They have the commercials with good old Jake from State Farm in them. They're pretty good. But State Farm, like most companies do, they wanted to expand out into other things, and that's where State Farm Financial Services enters in. So let's take a look at that. So State Farm as a bank, they opened their financial services arm in May of 1999. It operates as State Farm Financial Services, kind of like, underneath the State Farm umbrella. Now, they don't have any bank branches. You've probably seen State Farm insurance offices on your travel. So if you go into one of those branches, there's no loan officers, there's no ATMs or anything like that. They're still very much insurance focused. However, their banking services are available nationwide online. Now, at the height of this, they had about $16.4 billion in assets with State Farm Bank. However, it gets a little bit interesting here because, State Farm, they tried the banking thing for quite some time, retail banking basically. And, from what I understand, it just didn't generate enough revenue or enough profits kind of to be worth their time. So what State Farm's done is they've actually partnered with U.S. Bank to kind of run their retail banking operation. So U.S. Bank runs the checking, the savings accounts, and the credit cards. I believe State Farm Bank maintain their mutual funds services. They still do that. But if you go to the landing page for State Farm products, you can see that you click on this, it'll say, hey, now you're leaving and going to U.S. Bank, which overall should be fine. I have a U.S. Bank business credit card myself, and I've had 2 of their accounts. For the most part, I think they do a fine job running, their own products. So, State Farm is kind of like maybe a feeder system to U.S. Bank. It's kind of like, a co-branded partnership, if you will. That's exactly what these cards are like. But with that, now that we understand that, let's take a look at how this partnership works with the cards, and then we'll get into the cards themselves. So we're talking about how this partnership works. Again, we just covered they're partnered with U.S. Bank. So to get one of these cards, you must be a State Farm customer of some sort at the start. So, you have to have, maybe auto, homeowners insurance, something else through them, and then you could be eligible for one of these cards. But it is important to note, as a spoiler alert, as you probably guessed, these cards will be insurance focused. However, you don't have to use them on State Farm products and insurances, which really opens up the potential for use cases here. So again, stay tuned for that. Now, the cards themselves, very simple and to the point. These are cashback cards, so you're talking redemptions like statement credits or deposit into a U.S. Bank account. There's no travel or anything like that. So with that said, let's take a look at the cards themselves. We have 3. There are 2 personals and 1 business, so we'll start out now. And the first card on the list is the Good Neighbor card. I see what you did there, State Farm. It's just like the commercials. So anyways, the Good Neighbor card clocks in at a $0 annual fee. Now, there are no multipliers to be had, and the reason for that is because under the benefits section, this is their balance transfer card. So you're looking at a 0% intro APR for the first 18 billing cycles on purchases and balance transfers. Now, the next 2 points here are going to be the same for each one of the cards, so we'll just talk about it here. There's a $200 auto deductible reimbursement. So obviously, if you get into an accident, unfortunately, you have to pay a deductible. If you use your card, you can get $200 back. Now, the only caveat here is if you've made 8 net purchases in the prior month with this card, then you'll qualify for that $200. That $200 is, I believe, is once a year. Now, you're also going to get $600 in cell phone protection, which is nice. Now, we move on to the next card, the Premier Cash Rewards card. So you have another no annual fee card here. Multipliers, you're going to get 3x on insurance premium payments annually. You're looking at a $4,000 per year cap on that. Now, you have some 2x multipliers here, which are actually pretty generous in what they cover. Gas stations, drugstores, grocery stores, and dining will all get you 2x back. Now, benefits, you have the same auto deductible reimbursement we talked about and the same cell phone protection from the last card as well. Now I move on to the final card, and this is the Business Cash Rewards card. So it gets a little bit more interesting here. So there's no annual fee. Multiplier is the same 3x on insurance premium payments annually up to $4,000 a year. This time you step up to a 3x category. So you've got 3x on gas stations, cell phone service providers, office supply stores, and dining. Now benefits, 2 of the 3 are going to be the same, but A is a little bit different. So you have a $100 software credit. Now there's another caveat here. So to qualify for this $100 software credit, basically you have to have made 11 consecutive purchases of eligible software leading up to that. So basically, the 12th month that would trigger the credit there. That's a classic U.S. bank move. So overall, there you have it. Those are Jake from State Farm credit card offerings. Now, at first pass, I think the business card is actually not that bad. When you're talking about 3x on that wide range of stuff, yes, with all these, you can find individual cards out there that do better in any one specific category. However, at this moment, they're a little bit better than I would have expected from State Farm. Now, why would I even do this video? Because when I'm going through it, I'm like, well, these cards have to be limited to just State Farm. But actually, if you dive through the terms and conditions, we talk about eligibility and use cases. They're not limited to State Farm coverage for that insurance multiplier, that 3x back for $4,000 a year. Again, you have to be a State Farm customer to get one, but then after that, if you leave State Farm, you go to Progressive or something like that, you can still use it. So let's take a look at the eligibility and then how this could play into some use cases. So there's 2 eligibility slides I want to look at. First of all is the insurance multiplier. So on screen you have it from the terms and conditions. And I've highlighted the part that you need to read. So you will earn 3% back for every dollar of the first $4,000 spent per calendar year on purchases classified as insurance, and 1% back after that. So really what that is saying is it does not specify that it has to be State Farm insurance. It's just saying that, hey, the purchase you make has to code as insurance. There's one more eligibility I want to look at, and that is with that auto reimbursement credit. So let's take a look at that one next. So eligibility for the auto deductible. So again, we're checking here, we're spot checking to see if this doesn't have to be, specific to State Farm. But again, there's nothing that says, hey, any auto deductible you have, this could work. Again, just remember that eight purchases that you need to make in the prior month. So overall, you can see on the surface going into this, these cards seem like they would be very limiting to State Farm products. However, that is not the case. So again, let's talk about a few things. Now, first of all, to finish up on that auto deductible, that one's an easy one. If you wanted to go with these cards, then you could set up like some Amazon reloads, auto reloads for like 50 cents, 8 of them the prior month. If you wanted to just keep that $200 handy, be eligible for that. So that's easily automatable. You don't necessarily need to use this card 8 times. Of course, that's what they want. Now, the cards themselves, I don't think they're that bad. Again, I'm actually a fan of the business card, but a few things come to mind here. So number one, when it comes to insurance, if I went through and I kind of totaled up what I pay, again, with a different company. So I have one house is about 1,700 square feet, give or take. You're looking about $2,100 for homeowners insurance there, and then auto is bundled again with Progressive, but close enough. So I think that's about $770 for 6 months, a year, something like that. So you can see for one person for a house and a car, I'd still be well with underneath that $4,000 cap on one of these cards. Now the thing to remember though is with homeowners insurance, most people pay their homeowners insurance through their mortgage company. So really quick here, what that means is if you have less than 20% equity in your property, your mortgage insurance or mortgage company is going to require you to escrow your payments, which basically means, your homeowner's insurance along with your property taxes is basically broken up into 12 different payments, and that all that is a part of your monthly mortgage payment. Then at the end of the year, the mortgage company makes that payment on your behalf. So if that is you, that's fine. Just remember you can't exactly count your homeowner's insurance in this calculation for your 3x back. So the other way is one, if you've got 20% equity, you don't escrow, then this could be great for you because 3x is probably going to be your best straight multiplier on insurances like this. Now, the other person this could be interesting for is if you're kind of like a property owner, landlord, if you will, you have multiple properties. This could be good for you as well. I think the play here is if you do the math, you could end up going, the premium rewards card and then going the business card as well, because combined that would give you $8,000 of insurance to pay at 3x back. So overall, that's a pretty good option there for those specific use cases. And again, everyone else, this could work as well. Now, some other things to consider, a lot of times when people do have to pay insurance, they also think about, one, using their insurance, because it's usually a sizable payment, to hit sign-up bonuses on other cards. So, we use my $2,100 example for one of my homeowners insurances. You could also go grab something with a high sign-up bonus. That will be a large chunk of it. There are other ways to do it. Some folks like to take the Ink Cash card and go buy, Visa Reload cards at the office supply stores when they're on sale, and you're basically getting 5x because those are debit cards and then pay your insurance that way. So you definitely have some options, but if those options, you don't like those, they sound foreign to you, then these cards could be interesting to get for this specific expense that most of us have, either home or auto. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about these down below. Are you a fan of Jake from State Farm's offering, or are you going with Flo from Progressive? Let me know down below. But anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Again, let me know if you would actually consider going through one of these co-branded cards, or if you have them, what has been your experience with them. Love to get your guys' thoughts on that. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.